Hello, welcome to Day of Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. For those of you that are new, I am doing the monthly April readings, but I'm doing them by the elements. That knocks me back from 12 videos I have to do to 4, and it's sitting for me right now. I prefer doing the individual signs, but that's not to be. This is like the second month that I've done it with the elements, so it's better than having none at all. That's the way I look at it. Let's get started. This is for the fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius for the month of April 2021. That's what we're looking at, the month of April 2021. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for April. Okay, set them right there and cut the deck. I'm going to ask Lilith if these are the cards. Okay, here we go. Spirit via Lilith. Of the top 5 cards, as this deck stands, cards that are meant and will resonate with those that are viewing this reading for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for the month of April. The top 5 cards, the cards that'll fit best, is what we're hoping for. What will fit best? Top 5 cards. These are the ones that will resonate the most with the viewers. Thank you very much. That's good enough right there. And I also want to get another extra card from the Unknown Tarot, the Wild Unknown. Pull a card from that as well. And just a little oomph, a little bit of extra to the overall energy of the month. I'm going to cut and pull the card. But what have we got? Whoops. There. Oh, the Hierophant. Interesting. Very interesting. So you bear with me for just a moment while I look up the generic side. They're beautiful. What looks like a worked up raven is what it looks like. It really does. So let me see here. Okay, come on. This book is so... I've had these cards a couple years. They were sent to me by a member. And this book's still not broken in. It's just not broken in. So it makes it hard to get the book to open. Bear with me. Here we go. Okay. So with the Hierophant. Okay. In its simplest form, the Hierophant represents a mentor or a teacher. Could be some lessons that you'll be learning for April. This card signifies a hunger for knowledge, whether it's in the practice or the spiritual realm. You've come as far as you can on your own. Now is the time for you to deepen your practice. Don't hesitate. Join a class. Go to a workshop. Don't be afraid of new experiences. A new ceremony or ritual may prove to be both comforting and rewarding. Open your heart, and your teacher or teaching moments will soon appear. So that's part of your overall energy. Now, again, here's the overall energy for the month. It's beautiful. 4 of Wands, reward. Isn't that great? And the Hierophant, that's pretty good too. Okay, in your wealth and finances, we got the 4 of Cups. In the 3rd, your hearth and your home is beautiful. We've got the World. Yay! Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And number 4, we have the 10 of Swords, challenges, falling into your challenges for the month of April. And the 5th and final card, and not the least, because it's sent by Spirit, we've got the Six of Swords. Calmness. That's beautiful. So there's your spread for the month. Put the camera back up. There we go. Oh, good. Oh, so this should really, really hit for you one way or another then, Chris. I feel like a worked up raven. That's the card. It looks very worked up, Law. Look at them, you know. So, Truth Warrior, we're not doing sign by sign. I'm doing the elements for the month of April. And we're on the fire one right now. Or water and air has already been done. The water signs, the air signs, they've been done. They're finished. And we are now on fire. The last one will be the earth element. So, wow, you arrived at the right time there. So, big time. You arrived at the right one at the right time. So, Four of Wands, great card, overall energy. The month overall, when this card comes up, okay, come on, eh? Come on, come on, come on. Beautiful. It's a month full of rewards, rewarding experiences. You're going in 3 days? Oh, will you just have your fun in your little bikini and your skinny little body? I hate you. No, enjoy yourself. Work it, baby. You got it. You flaunt it. You work it, right? Go ahead and work it. It's good for you, you know. So it's the Four of Wands. It's a card about rewards. Renegade truth. Oh my God. Hey, I was a hard body once when I was in my early 30s. I had a workout addiction and I do 200 crunches a day. I do 100 leg lifts a day in all the different positions you do them in, butt exercises, abdomen and push-ups and upper part. Yeah, I was a hard body for a little while. Then I got pregnant again. But I felt good, but I felt more vulnerable as a petite woman because I'm only 5'2.5", 5'3", and I went down to like 117 pounds. That's tiny for a woman at my height. And I felt more vulnerable. I didn't walk with them if I was out walking in public, walking to the mall, walking to the store. I used to walk with my head up. I didn't do that. I wouldn't make eye contact with people. I kept my eyes downcast. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. I felt vulnerable. I thought, could I even fight my way out of a paper bag if I had to? Because I weigh nothing now, you know. But it felt good. It felt good getting up and starting my day every morning. I didn't have to go, what am I gonna wear today? No, that's not real comfortable. That's not this. And I go, I got nothing to wear today where I feel good and comfortable. With the weight off, I went out and got some clothes. And I get up in the morning and I grab a pair of jeans and I grab a t-shirt and away I go and I'd be dressed in no time. It was easier. It saved me all kinds of time in the morning. My mornings were more active. There was things happening sooner because I don't start anything till I got myself together for the day, you know. So down 38 pounds. Wow. Yeah. Yes, it was. I like crunches. I can't do full sit-ups. I've been that way since I was young. I can't do them, and now I have DDD in my spine, so there's no way. But crunches, yeah. I work myself. I stopped. It was 200 a day, but I sit down and do a 45-minute workout and covered my whole body. Um, and the crunches, my stomach, I could feel the six-pack abs under, and I didn't feel the burn anymore. Doing 200, not feeling the burn. I did 4 sets of 50 back to back is what I did. I do 50 and I get more out of breath than I would from the burn. Take a couple minutes, take maybe a minute, and then go back into the next 50. And I would do that 4 times, but I wasn't feeling the burn. I wasn't feeling the burn. It would frustrate me. I'd be doing all these exercises, things that always burned. Towards the end of that exercise, I had gone beyond that point. So I had to keep adding more repetitions, trying even harder. you know, kind of a thing. But it was a wonderful feeling. It was really, really what it was. So, mm, is that right? Okay. Oh, I bet. You know, um, I can't seem to come up for air long enough to start working out again. I just can't. There's constantly something wrong with me. And the way I am right now, what I'm going through, there's no way. There's no way I'd work myself to that exhaustion. That exertion is what I mean to say, not exhaustion, but exerting myself in that way. Okay. Yeah, you knee and ice injury. My legs are really the only things I don't have to. And the one thing I liked about working out, and I still like to this day, the muscles you develop, muscle never dies. It may relax, go a little loose. Um, but my legs are the smallest part of my body. They're the only part of my body I don't need to lose weight in. But you can see my hamstrings. They've held their shape. And usually, because these muscles, the upper arms and all of that, the chest, everything, usually when you've been away from working out, away from exercising, it usually takes about 2 weeks. And all of a sudden, the muscles are getting their memory back and they're coming up, and you can see. That's what I like about it. Exercising again within 2 weeks, I'm seeing results. I'm seeing my body come back, you know. So, but I'm all center weight. I'm disgusting. It's terrible. I don't even look at myself. I'm shocked compared to what, you go like this from a waist like this, you know, and your stomach's nice and flat, and even with the groin area, it's all nice. You got a bit of a butt, kind of thing. And you go from that to I feel like I'm 4 times the size I used to be. That's what it feels like. I hate every minute of it. It's not so much for looks, it's for how it made me feel inside. I felt together and I felt strong. I'd love to get back to that. I would just love to get back to that, you know? Oh, I probably put on 15 or 20 with all this COVID stuff. When you live alone, hey, you can eat what you want at 11 o'clock at night and nobody here to impress, you know. When I just need to get my health in order. I got to get these problems taken care of. Anyways, with the 4 of Wands, it's not a bad card, guys. Really not. The generic side is when you've achieved a goal, such as finding a new home, the completion of a project, or the passing of a test. It's time for the rewards after that. Holidays, socializing, love, trips away, all feature in this very happy four. And it brings you leisure, it brings opportunities for fun, a feeling of freedom. That sounds beautiful for the month of April. It's also a time to get back in touch with your own inner child, celebrating the joy of life. As you find contentment within yourself, you're going to sense the closeness of your spirit guides or of the universe and the power and the presence of. Another meaning is reflecting on happy memories. Wanting, as we're talking right now, I'm reflecting even, wanting to get back what I used to have. The advice: be carefree while you're able to be carefree. Take advantage of that. Replenish your mind, your body, and soul. Just feed right into it. Feed into yourself. That's important. You're being your own best friend when you do that, and you feed you first before anybody else. That way, if you want to help others and be there for them, you've already taken care of you. You're going to be much more of a valuable asset and a benefit to other people that may need you around for the month of April. And it can happen. That's okay, Chris. That's okay. Um, give yourself that balance. Give yourself that love, the patience. Feed yourself, rest, recuperate. Keywords are balance and love. contentment, freedom, openness, travel, and a new home for some. The card is showing all of that for the month. All of this covers the whole month. What a great card. What a great, great card. Beautiful. Then we've got the stupid, another 4, but it's one of my least favorite 4s. I don't like this card. I don't even feel it fits anybody for this month. I really don't. I don't know why it's here, but it must fit somebody. This is a card where somebody lose faith, they lose hope, they lose belief, where before they were strong in those areas, and that brought a lot of peace to them, and suddenly they're not anymore. You know what I'm saying? Suddenly things don't seem to be the way you wanted them to be. This is for very rare. Maybe one person, maybe 2 at the most. This will apply to. Hi, Donna, thanks. Okay. Oh, that would be nice. I don't see why they couldn't, as long as there's social distancing in effect. Truth, like, you know, and being outside on top of it. Okay, so with the stupid 4 cups. Stupid. Did I say stupid? Look, when I got off the first reading, I finished it. I didn't feel so hot. I went, oh no. I went and got a Gravol, and I got some ice water. I didn't even get to finish my coffee. So with with this 4, when it arrives in a reading, it's often because you're feeling very dissatisfied with everything in your life, basically, with your job, with your life, with your relationships. Dissatisfied, losing faith in things that you dream of and you hope to manifest. That's a bad thing when you start feeling that way. I can tell you that because we've all been there. At this point, feeling so dissatisfied in different areas of your life, it's not just one, there's several. You just don't even know what you need to bring it in. What it is, it's going to take you don't even know. It's going to take to make me happier. If you're in a relationship, it can reveal a boredom face. Excuse me. Ah. If you're looking for love, if you're looking for work, you might be to the point because things haven't been panning out for you the way you want them to. We leave you believing that there's nothing or nobody that's out there just for you. You feel like you're wasting your time, feeling like resentment, feeling like, what am I, a fool? Am I a fool to believe these things? What kind of fool am I? Harder on yourself than anybody else could ever be. You may be even retreating into yourself rather than reaching out for what it is you need. Which basically translates into giving up, not trying no more, not reaching out anymore, not breaking my back anymore. What the hell for? Real feeling of resentful, being resentful for one of you at least out there. Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do. You need to pull your head out of your own ass, pull your head out of your house, and you need to get back out there. You need to look outside of your normal path, your normal way of being, normal way of living. You need to look outside of that because what you're looking for can't be found within. It can't be found in your home. It can't be found even in the group of people around you. Do you need to get inspiration? You got to step outside what is familiar, what you consider normal part of life. You got to kind of step outside to find inspiration, to restart that spark in you again, that makes you want to take part in life, wants you to live a full life, the spark that usually drives you. In order to find it, sometimes we get stuck and we've got to step outside what we're used to, something that isn't the norm for you. Look for inspiration, renew your faith that life can bring you what it is that you need. Keywords: stagnation, despondency, disillusionment, self-protection, a need for change, but there's stubbornness and there's rigidity. You keep it up, fire signs, you'll be burning yourself. That's what it all leads to if you don't pull yourself out of there. As Mary Jane says, wear that glass belly button. Need a new tribe? There you go. That's just it. But some people get so self-involved and so resentful. It's all about them and how nothing seems to fit. Don't think that way. There is a guy, a young man on TikTok, and I've talked to him a couple times. And his little thing is very simple, but it's beautiful. And he's got a face that fits it. So when you see his face, you want to smile. He'll come in and he's got a brilliant smile, just genuine and brilliant. And he says, you know what I'm going to say? And he says, relax your eyebrows, relax your stomach. Take your tongue from the roof of your mouth just for the moment and stop. Take a look around you and find one thing to be grateful for. Look around you. One thing to be grateful for. I remember saying to him, you're talking about living in the now. And he talks about that. He says, just imagine, right now, you're watching TikTok, you're watching me, kind of a thing. And in this moment, in this literal moment, in the now, there's nothing bad happening. You're just here, sitting where you're sitting, hearing the sound, the same way that I go on about living. And I told him, I said, you do very well. And I said, you know what? Being in the now is so sadly underrated. It's the moment to catch your breath, to maybe get inspired for the next moments that are coming. This kind of a thing is it's important for all of us. We have to live in the now and take a moment to find one thing that you're grateful for. And he'll do the looking around, then he'll look at the screen, he'll smile. And that's his way of saying, the one thing I'm grateful for is you guys, you know. And I echo that as well. You know what I mean? And life is tough to realize. You're right. Good thing, Quanti K. Hi, welcome back. But we do, if we stop and we're feeling resentful, like this darn card makes you feel more, you become self-centered. Sorry, when we become resentful, it's about self-centeredness. For me, woe is me. It's beyond self-pity. It's self-centeredness, where everything is about you and life is all, and it's not in a good way. It's not a healthy way to be. When you start thinking you're sliding into that, stop for a moment and do that. You relax everything and look for one good thing. I don't care if the sun is shining is the only good thing you can find. Then look at it that way. The sun's shining today. I appreciate that. You know, your dog licks your hand. Okay, there's something else I can appreciate. Feeling loved from a family member, one of our fur baby. Little things. You like the view out your window. You like the music on the radio. You like how quiet it is. When you focus in on one thing, in the now, that's what's going on. And that was what's going on is what counts the most of all. Don't get resentful. Don't get withdrawn into yourself at all. You fight to stay away from that. Find one thing that you're grateful for. Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. That's really nice. Families can sometimes be the worst thing you can have in your life, Chris. Sometimes family are different people that are the ones that are there for you. I don't care if it's online or people that you know, your friends are more family to you sometimes than your own family is. Your own family not being there for you, that's the biggest offense of all. You know, You don't hold up and take care of your own. But sometimes we feel more love from the people outside our life. It's people outside of the family. We feel more love and good energy coming from them. You go where you're drawn to. That's what you have to do. You know what? There's a saying too, Chris. It says, when the brain fails, the arms will fall. The brain is always the matriarch. And when they passed, the arms are everybody else and they fall. And that's usually what happens. I'm very sorry for your loss, by the way. The third card, what a beauty. Look at this in your hearth and in your home. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous card. One of my favorites. I believe you, Chris. I do. I believe you. I don't see my family other than my children, my own immediate family. Yes, of course. But siblings and things like that, I don't put up with bullshit anymore. I just don't. And if you can't handle that, then get the hell away from me. That's my take on it. You know, it's pretty simple. Um, my mother's still alive, but she wasn't a very good mother growing up. My friends that knew me, and I still have friends from when I grew up, when I was little, and they can't believe I even give my mother the time of day because they knew what she was like, knew how hard she was, how cold hearted she was. And they go, I can't believe you give her the time of day. I said, well, I have to look at myself in the mirror every day. And she's alone in the world, but my father predicted that. He said, when you're going to grow to be an old, lonely old woman, you're going to be all alone in the world. You keep doing what you're doing. And that's exactly where she ended up. So the only time she sees people is at the first of the month. She gets her pension checks, whatnot, and she goes out to get groceries or whatever. And that's the only time she sees and speaks to other human beings. Literally. The rest of the month, she's in the house watching TV. That's it. She gets no company. She has not one friend in the world. Nobody that goes to visit her. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Nothing I can do about that. You know, she'll call. I take her call, or I'll call her back. She'll leave a message. I let her talk, do what she needs to do, right? So, um, not the kind of treatment that she gave. She was never treated the way I was treated. You know, I think maybe it would have been a good thing had she been brought up and treated the way I was. It would have gave her some compassion to not do the things and say the things that she's. My mother said the worst things a mother could say to a child. My husband used to say to me all the time, I don't know how, here's what he said, I don't know how you're such a normal fucking person to earth and you got your shit together. You shouldn't have anything together. You know, you shouldn't be normal, for one thing. Here's an example of what my mother was like. My sister, the one that was next to me in age, 4 years younger than me, died unexpectedly. And my mother hated me from as soon as she started having kids by my dad. He was my stepdad, but he was my dad. When she started having children with him, I got shoved to the side. That's nothing. I'm not making this up. Universe is my witness. When my sister Cindy died, she was 31 years old, died unexpectedly. And there was a house full of people, the wake kind of a thing. You know, everybody gathers, house full of people. And somebody said, where's Natalie? Where's Natalie? A couple of people. She didn't like that. Someone else told me this. She got her face in a knot. She didn't like other people wondering where I was, asking for me. And she said, as far as I'm concerned, the wrong one died. Why did it have to be Cindy? Why couldn't it have been her? My mother said that in front of a house full of people, and you could have heard a pin drop. I guess the house just went, people are God, holding their breath. Oh my God, couldn't believe their ears. Oh my God, you know? But that's just an example of what she was like. She wished me dead. And the thing is, my sister Cindy was kind of a messed up person. And Cindy was very mean, and God forgive me. And I won't say anymore. But if you had to go from good to bad, which one? It wouldn't have been me. And it wasn't me. There's the thing. So, oh my gosh, Cheryl. Really? Well, not painful anymore, Joni. I got used to being talked about that way and used to being treated that way, you know? So, no, no, no. And that's the thing everybody says Cindy's so much like her, that she had a cold side, a dark side. Um, I just felt that Cindy didn't have much of a chance in life because of what she was exposed to. She wasn't done to her, but she witnessed everything that was done to me. As a little girl, she watched what was done to me. And I think that was her downfall. That's what made her the way she was. So, I felt like she never really, and me, I just always have had a survivor's instinct. I just always have. I've never let it get the best of me. I've never let it tear me down. Um, and the ironic part is now at the end of her life, she's 80 years old, and now I'm the only one basically that talks to her, that'll take her phone calls. And I'm the one she was the hardest on, that she was cold hearted and very cruel to. That's why my friends call. I would not give her the time of day. I just, are you crazy? And it's the truth. I've got the universe here, you know, as my witness. And I'm not telling you, but I'm just saying. Anyways, let's get into the rest of your reading. The baby's saying enough, enough. Mommy, stop. Let me up, is what the baby's saying here. He's there he goes. He's right behind me. Might see his head pop up behind my shoulders. Sorry, sweetie, you stay right there. I love the world card. I love these cards like that because they just give me a rush of life and a rush of reason, a rush of purpose, um, a rush of the feeling of the power and the energy, especially feeling that, you know. Um, Ocean fish, okay. Um, these are symbols of the soul. They swim in a circle, flashing their bodies. Could be the leaves of a laurel wreath, an emblem of success and reward and celebration. Yet this wreath, it's alive, and the fish continually swim in their circle, signifying the cycle of life, the cycle of death and rebirth. In the center is a merman who is master of his ocean home and of his own destiny. He smiles at us, radiating bliss and contentment. The world shows that your life is going to be regenerated and renewed because you'll finally find the success that you seek and celebrate your achievement. You may receive a particular reward for your efforts. The card also shows the completion of a phase, which is a good thing, such as the meeting of a target or a goal, or finalizing maybe even a house move or another major project that's big like that. The world often comes up in readings to signify relationship landmarks for those that are happy. It could be a wedding anniversary or even the renewing of vows. There are opportunities for you to travel now, and if you're single, to have romantic adventures as well. The advice: you celebrate what you have achieved, embrace new opportunities. You're going to be full of energy, the right kind of energy, and motivation. There's your gas. It's going to make it all come together. It's going to make it run. You're going to be feeling like the world is your oyster, meaning that things seem to be falling into place for you. Things seem to be going your way. Things you're attempting to do, you're completing and coming out successful. And the keywords are success and completion, celebration, beginnings, travel, motivation, renewal. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a gorgeous card. That's within your home sector. That's the most intimate, private part of your life, you might say. I'm so dry today. My stepfather raised me too. He's a beautiful man. I love him, love him, love him. I loved him growing up. He couldn't stop anything because the things that my mother said and did to me were all done when he was at work. And I used to love it. Come the weekends when he'd be home, I'd go, thank God. You know, I'm so glad Dad's home. She won't be as hard on me, kind of a thing. So, I am GB. So that's your home life for some of you, the immediate part, the private part of your life, your relationships. That card's a wonderful thing. And it's going to feel like a part of you is going to be saying to yourself, the world feels like it's my oyster, like I could pick as many pearls as I want. That's how it feels. This is something to be celebrated. This is something to enjoy. It reinstills your belief in the magic side of life and the way life can feel magical at times because the way things turn. Anything you have on the go or you're wanting to have on the go, any changes you're wanting, go ahead. There won't be an easier time than there is with this card right now. All right? To achieve the things, to go in the direction you want to go. The energy is going to be right where you want it, right where you need it. So much so that it's so much so working in your favor. You'll be surprised. You'll be going, this is kind of weird. But it's like everything's coming with such ease now. Part of that will be you because you're manifesting, whether you realize you're manifesting or not. All right. So, what a great card of encouragement. And especially the immediate part of your life within your home, within your friendships, within your relationships, the people that are closest with you. I'm seeing really good connections for the month. It's beautiful. It really is. Your challenge sector and the Ten of Swords, yeah, it's always about beginnings, but it's not always bad. Some see it as the worst card in the deck. I always thought the 9 was worse because the 9 brings on so much anxiety. The 10 isn't, that's been my experience reading. The 10 isn't always a bad card. For instance, what if you were in a bad situation, you were going through a bad time, this sort of thing. Those are the things you want to end. And lo and behold, look what comes in, the ending card. So it's a good ending. You see what I'm saying? It's not all about bad things happening. That's the way it is. Yes, it's about an ending. Usually, for some, it may involve some degree of drama. But drama doesn't have to all be bad either or negative. Okay? We can have dramatics on good things, and that's how it comes out as well. Do you know what I mean? So, no, Joni, this is for the month of April, doing all the elements. We are on the fire element right now for Leo, Sagittarius, and Gemini. So, I think it's Gemini. Wait now. No, Leo, I'm sorry. Leo and Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. That's what we're doing right now for the month of April. For those of you that are dealing with some degree of drama, this can come as a shock, but it could come as a relief as well, because you're seeing the situation or a relationship for what it truly is or was. Wasn't developing. It wasn't growing. It was stagnant. It was still. It was a weight on you. You're going to be lifting that weight. No more of that. However unwanted this card may be when it arrives in a reading, it does tell you the truth and helps you to see what needs to be released. Sometimes we have things weighing down on us that are not good, but we don't see what it is until it's put right here. Oh, oh, oh. So if I clear that out, if I end that, then this horrible, overwhelming feeling of negativity will leave me. You're darn straight it will. You're in control. You get to welcome or renege or rebuke what you don't want in your life. You just make it so. It's that simple. In your everyday part of your days, the normal, logical part of it, all of a sudden everything becomes lighter, clearer, easier to understand, easier for you to reach out as well. The path is being cleared here because of an ending for most of you. Really, truly, you know, the advice here for some of you, you just need to walk away and you need to let things go, okay? Focus on your present. Focus on your now, like we just talked about. Don't dwell on your past. You should be so overjoyed about being away and moving out of your past. You should be so happy. You're letting things go. You're leaving them behind. Do fucking cartwheels of joy because you're not there anymore. The past cannot be changed in any way, any shape, anymore at all. Anything negative from your past, then you let it go. Let it go. Let it go wherever it's going to go, but it's not going to stay with you any longer. You've got to be self-disciplined in that way. You've got to be open to the truth, the clarity. You're having it thrown right in your face, in your mind's eye. There's what's going on. This is what's weighing me down. This is what's holding me back. Why? Let it go. It's part of the past. Let the hell go. It's opening up avenues for you that are encouraging and enlightening and great energy. You're allowing the great energy to come in. Once that good energy starts coming in, the past can be obliterated, that darkness. If you let it go that way, you have to allow it. You have to say, go there. So be it. This is where you get to haul your britches up, okay? You get to make some change here. The new beginnings in April, big time. Turning new corners, fresh corners. Seeing things in a different perspective even. Changing your view of your life. Change your view, create the new view, and follow through with it. Because that is what will drag you, really. The last card, and it's the swords as well, but it's a good one, being followed by the 10. This is also a wonderful card. It's a good thing. So, yes. Imagine what you want your life to be. People don't believe that, but you know what kind of an impact that has with people? It's all about manifestation. Start to really see yourself in your life how you want it to be. Okay? The only way I want to see anybody holding on to their past is from the lessons that were learned. Hold on to those lessons that were learned from the past. You can make them pay. Payout. It's like a payout for everything you went through. I'm going to apply those damn lessons is what I'm going to do. They work in your favor as well. You know? That's right, Chris. Yes. Not today, not anymore. Because the more people let themselves held, they can't get the past. You're still there. It's like the doors are wide open. You can walk free anytime and you don't. You're still there. Let it go. To the side, damn it. Be your own best friend. Rescue your own ass out of that. Your day, your world, your life will become a better place. You don't even have to do anything for it. Use the lessons, apply them well. Where they're needed, they're there. But you forget about what caused those lessons to be created. Make those lessons, make those challenges count for something. That's what you do. Okay. So now we've got the six, the beautiful little six of swords. So we got to learn how to become more control of our own lives and how much power we have over ourselves and our own lives. It's phenomenal. It truly, truly is phenomenal. You just need to open yourself up to possibilities. As long as you're alive and you've got a heartbeat, there's always hope. Okay? So, this is a card of calm. That's what it represents. It's calm. It's time for you, for some of you, fire signs, it's time for you to glide into more peaceful, more calmer waters. So this is a very, very reassuring card. If you've suffered any upheavals, conflicts, or uncertainty recently, the sixth also predicts physical journeys over water. And in general, sees you moving on in positive new ways. New work could be involved here. Right on the horizon. Be diligent though. Be aware of what's going on. Additional meaning is protection. And that's in that you prioritize what's important to you. Setting up a priority list. Leave behind the people or situations that no longer serve you. Don't let anything or anybody, if anything's slowing you down, holding you back, weighing you down, kick it to the curb, get rid of it now. The advice, all you have to do, go with the flow and don't resist changes, because a lot of those changes coming at you could be opportunities, it could be positive. Think them over, look them over, contemplate them. Keywords are journeys, moving on. Immigration, that's with an E. A safe haven, finding peace, resolution, and protection. But that's part of what you're looking for, is that safe haven, where it's a place that you can go to, you can move on to. That was your message from Spirit. It doesn't look like a bad month at all. It really, truly does not. This is an encouraging month. It's beautiful. It really makes me want to look into June already to see what's going on. But you got to remind yourself, hell, I'm a fire sign. That's what you say. I'm a fire sign. I'm not, though. But you are. You embrace that. Fire signs, I've known a few. Man, oh man, don't get in their way, especially if they're on a mission of some kind, or they're taking care of a problem. If you're a problem for a fire sign, you better run. That's all I got to say to that. You damn well better run, because they mean business. You don't tempt a fire sign. Never, ever. So, yeah. Really, Chris? Oh my goodness. It was a good reading. It was pretty fair. It was pretty good. Um, I'm getting this for all the month of April, for all of the signs. I've got one set left to do, but there's just, it's like enough is enough of things in your life, and the other signs as well. And you get out the big golden scissors and you're cutting things out of your life. It's opening things up. Right there, every time you cut something, there's another spot that's open. For the good to come in, you haul that in, you beseech it, you bring it in. Whatever. Try to manifest more. Study manifestation. Look up, and people could give you great hints on how to make things happen. But manifestation, what's it begin with? Feeling and passion and vision, right? You see what is exactly what you want. You see your life the way you want it to be. It shows initiative. The universe takes notice of that. There you are, ending something, getting rid of something, and you're going right into beginning something else, opening yourself up to the new, which is very, very exciting. So, Capricorns are feisty, outspoken. They've got drive, and they can be pushy. These things can happen for them. That can work out something great. But well, they're colorful. Put it that way, Capricorns. And maybe that doesn't always fit into everybody else's scheme, but it is. So this is another reading that's not. The readings this month aren't bad. I've got the last ones to do. I've got the earth signs, and then we're done. I didn't even know I'd get through 3 or 4. All 4, I had no idea. I thought, well, if I can only get through, the first one, and that's it for tonight, then that'll be it. But I'll take it as I go. I know I'm down for the count now. This is the last ones coming up here, are for all the earth signs is what's coming up next. So we'll have, excuse me, we've got Taurus and Virgo and Capricorn. That's what's coming up next. So that should be an interesting reading again. But April, great month for all the signs. That's what I'm seeing so far, unless the next set is going to change that. But so far, the air signs, water signs, and this just the fires. April is not quiet, and it's not boring, and it's not dull, and it's not, you know what I'm saying? There is I like to use the term color. There's so much color in the month of April. It means high energy, pops of color everywhere, which we all want. We don't want grayness. We don't want stagnation. We don't want the dark. We don't want the black. We want pops of color. It represents a, a, a surge of life, a heartbeat, the electricity of life and living in the universe. It's all coming in, and they're taking their spot in the places in your life where they're needed the most. Reinstills your hope and your faith in the universe, your hope and your faith in your life. Nothing stays the same. There's always changes. There's things that you drop and things you embrace, you bring into your life. Talk to the universe more. That is my main message right there. You can't talk to the universe enough. So talk as much as you can between you and the universe. They already know what it is you're about, what's going on, this sort of a thing. But for you to take the initiative and make that first move to communicate, they take big notice of that. That's the beautiful thing. There you go. It's really good to hear, Chris. That's such a vote of confidence. You see yourself and your capabilities, not your inabilities, your capabilities, you know? So, okay, if I'm going to get the last set done, I'm going to get going here. I know Capricorns that would hold things in, and then you think, oh, they're okay with what just happened, or they're okay with what's going on. And then you hear about it later, and they blow. I've seen that a lot. They blow, and it's almost to the point that they become irrational and you can't deal with them at all because they held back and they held, you know, I've seen it over and over again. You know, I had one friend since we were 6 years old. She's a Capricorn. Her husband's a Capricorn. Their birthdays are basically on the same day. And they're as different as day and night. The husband's quiet, more quiet tone, more of a thinker than a speaker. And she's boom. Yakety 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 yak. A lot of stuff to say. A lot of opinions to put out there. But they have a warmness about them at times. They can be funny as hell sometimes. One thing about Capricorn, I got to say this, and they're never boring. Capricorns are not boring people. They're really, really not. You wish they were at times, you know? Hey, Mary Jane. Not all touchy-feely, yes. Anyways, please, everybody, keep your inner peace right here so that you're feeding yourself and getting more solid ground underneath you to stand on. Do that by holding on to your inner peace. And then when you've reached that place, I'm at peace, you can share your love and your light out with the rest of the world. And it's got a lot more power to it because of where it's coming from. It's coming from you and you being very centered and very solid. What a great thing. No, Mary Jane. I believe that too. Anyways, I'm going to stop right here. This one was almost an hour long. And I'm going to move on to the last set, which, as I said to you, is the Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. And then that'll be it for the monthly readings for April. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for being here. You are all appreciated. I appreciate all of you. Always. All right. Come back and see us next time, whatever. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, Bay of Fundy Fortunes. Subscribe to the same on Facebook. And on Facebook, the group is closed and private. What goes on in there, what is said in there, anything never goes outside the group and cannot be seen only by the people that are part of the group. It's a wonderful group to belong to. Very quiet, very zen-like, calming. It's full of people just like me, a couple thousand people like me, and just like you too. And I know that, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Don't be shy. You can leave anytime you want, okay? It isn't Hotel California with bars in the way. It isn't like that. Thank you all so much once again. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. All right. Namaste to you all. May the universe walk with you, and may you open yourself up to the invitation as well. Thank you so much, everybody. And we're coming up in a few minutes, the last ones up to the Earth sign. Much love to you all. Embrace your month of April. It's going to be a good one. Thanks, everybody.